Kansas, number 9, Kelly Oubre!
In Boston, Game 6, the Celtics are looking to move on to round 2, and for Philadelphia, just trying to force that decisive Game 7. It has been a wild. Grant Hill is.
Well, his reputation precedes it here.
Grant Hill has had some moments of move on here at Xfinity Mobile Arena, and it'll be 76ers basketball to get us rolling with VJ Edgecombe. Tatum accepts the defensive assignment. Paul George pops out. He's been more aggressive. They go right to Embiid for 2.
He continues processing for the Sixers.
Well, and the spacing right there. Embiid had so much room, and with Kata, they are going to test him early and often.
Hauser, a lot of contact, and it's well short. Embiid to see high-level play after the embarrassment that was Game 4. Driving kick outside Oubre. Around it goes for Maxey. They're trying to feature Embiid early. Back outside. Embiid struggled from 3. And he's
An area, Grant, where maybe that rhythm certainly has not found itself. Had good looks, though, in Game 5.
White lost his footing. He is struggling. Embiid got him knotted.
Derek White struggling, as you said, in this series. Career low field goal percentage for the
adjustment that he made. When the shot wasn't falling, it was the mid-range, it was at the rim. He overpowered Boston's bigs, took it right at him.
The real numbers for Edgecombe, leaves it for the trailing George. Looking to attack. Oh, he lost Kata. 8.5 rebounds per game, but became an everyday starting center. And Joe Mazzulla said, you proved it in the regular season, you've got to prove it now in the postseason. Tatum looking to drive. Hauser pops. 8 to shoot. Hauser drives, and nobody picks up.
Every type of action, Grant. They're going to make him guard every time down.
The Celtics had missed 15 straight field goals dating back to Game 5, where they missed their final 14 of the game. Edgecombe in and out. And Tatum in that Game 5 lost 24 points and 16 rebounds. He has come back with a force on the offensive end as Brown's too strong. Open court. Spin. Fade. And the rebound tapped by Tatum.
Maybe some nerves here, a little feeling out. Some open shots that aren't going early.
Tatum right to the rack. He'll attack on White, no numbers. Embiid's the trailer. Thought about the 3. Now he'll take it right at Kata. Through the contact, and he breaks it home.
Kata has fouled as much as anybody in these playoffs. We saw the success Embiid had against Vucevic. That foul trouble with Kata.
Morning and asked specifically about defending him when he does stuff like that, and they just said try to do your job earlier. He's just getting to this post too easily. Try to make him catch it, make it a little tougher, make it farther away when he does catch it. And Joe Mazzulla said we have got to.
A Boston Celtics offense that we've seen be as incredibly efficient as anybody. What does that entail on a consistent time down the floor?
Well, you're going to see Sam Hauser a lot of the time be the screener, and you worry about him as a shooter. Then he's setting the back screen.
Hauser outside. There he goes to set it, but instead it goes to Brown. Now he'll back down on Maxey. And he just kind of patrolling the middle of the paint. Brown finds the open spot. He can't float it in.
High-level contest.
George tees it up. Long rebound, and a good job shielding it by Hauser.
right away for Boston, a team that shoots a lot of threes. Everything in the paint, they are getting paint touches, not converting.
There was some pace, and that first triple goes down for Paul George.
He has been hunting his jump shot a whole lot more defensively. Nick Nurse has loved what he's brought, especially off the ball with his instincts. White got pushed, and a double dribble is going to be...
With 2 for 8 from the field, struggling like they did in the fourth quarter of Game 5.
Derek White's had some looks around the basket to maybe get his mojo going, but it's been that type of series, and he's still searching.
Maxey, that's a shot. Energy infectious at Xfinity Mobile Arena. The fans have brought it. The team has responded early. Brown the fend off. The fade doesn't get
tail off defensively. Another good defensive possession there on Jaylen Brown.
Maxey looking to get away from Tatum. Outside for Embiid. He'll try again. Down by Tatum, who has started this game 1 for 2. He does have 3 rebounds already. He's been rebounding at a really high clip. That is Brown. Boston now 3 for 10 from the floor. Philly at 4 for 10, but they are 2 of 6 from downtown. Double now on Embiid, trying to get his bounce. Brown looking to attack on the rookie Edgecombe. His 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting after an outstanding season. Dump it inside, and Kata floats it in.
Right there, but also patience, just reading the defense Well, Embiid snuck over to help and made them pay with that pass to Cato.
And now we've got a foul away from the ball. It's going to go on Jalen in Game 7. 51 points to put him away.
Some iconic moments, and what a great rivalry.
Paul George felt the contact. It was also a smart play by Paul George because it was number 2 on Jalen Brown. Pocket pass goes to Embiid. 5 to shoot now for Maxey. Looking to put pedal to the metal. Spray it out. Edge come 3 ball. Doesn't go. One of the primary ball handlers along with Pritchard, who had an outstanding Game 4 in the last game in this building. Edcombe couldn't get to that pass. Brown does, and an awkward delivery will draw him a contact.
They took 53 three-pointers and made 24.
Well, and the question for Boston has to be, when you have the
Going to have to stay in there because of the free throws with the 2 fouls. VJ Edcombe just picked up his second, so Quentin Grimes, one of the heroes in the second half.
he is from the jump. Nick Nurse has been on him to let it fly, and he clearly delivered in Game 5.
Maxey with 10 to shoot. Embiid goes to set the screen. Maxey attacks on Vucevic. Oh, he slides through for 2. George, Embiid, and Grimes, the 5 for Philly. Tatum off the screen. Separates. Oubre stayed with him. He got the strip. Maxey got there first. Look at the speed. Leave it for Grimes on the finish. Ball tries. George cuts. 8 to shoot. Pritchard. Off the screen. Puts the head down. Spins on Grimes. Stops on a dime. And he puts it in. He might just like playing in this building because he had 32 in the Game 4 win last time here. Under 3 to play in the first. It's Maxey from downtown. And another turnover for Boston. Maxey's got that pep in his step. Embiid's got the mismatch with Pritchard. It's going to go to work. Back him down. Outside Oubre. Open look. And
Tatum coming off naked there, knocking it down.
Tatum now up to 8 points in this opening quarter. Maxey fend off. Embiid right at Vucevic. He'll rise.
The starters for most of this game.
It's still only been 20 days since Embiid had that emergency appendectomy here in this series. All even at 20. Grimes screen from Drummond. Trying to get it back to Maxey. The cut, the float, doesn't go. Couple of point-blank misses from both sides in this opening quarter. Tatum, an array of moves. Pritchard tees it up. Well short.
Gordon Walsh, though, not quitting on that play. Even though he's screened, he stays right there with it, gets a hand on it, and then finds his shooter in transition.
2 for 1 opportunity here for Philly. Maxey looking to take advantage, but he comes up short.
Rhythm here, although it's been a little bit of a rock fight this first quarter. A throwback game of sorts.
It's feeling that way. Expect it to feel that way as the series go later and later. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Maxey goes right into the body of Vucevic. Lot of contact, no conclusion. Luka Garza's on the floor for the first time to start the second quarter. Same with Baylor Shireman for Boston as they hold the 3-point cushion. Brown on the outside, looking to circle his way around, and that's a tough 2.
Set though out of the timeout. Mazzulla, a little dribble handoff, double screen there. Brown getting into the paint, making a shot over some good defense.
Kelly Oubre doing all he can right there.
Edge come off the mark, and
Right now may not be the move for Embiid as he struggled finding his rhythm.
it's really the second half of Game 5 where he flipped the game. The Celtics led by 13, about 10 minutes left in the third quarter. From that point on, it was all Philly. Brown, short. And off that,
I've been impressed with the perimeter of Philadelphia, how they are swarming, making Boston really work and take tough shots on the offensive end.
Embiid right at Garza, and he's fouled. For Embiid, it'll be the second and third free throw attempts of the night. He has been one of the lone aspects of this team since his return that can consistently get to the line. One more for Embiid. 33 points, 8 assists, averaging nearly 30 over the course of the 2 games. He averages 25 in his playoff career, this being his back to a 2-point game. Pritchard, with just 3 attempts so far, has put 2 in. Grimes steps up. Garza on the outside. Now it's Brown on the attack. Oh, he got Oubre in the air.
Shot fake, sold it so well. He got me a few times.
Yeah. Well, you know, Joe Mazzulla just raves about what Sam Cassell brings to this staff. He's spot on the floor, and so he can relate to every player in this locker room.
All I know is my rookie year, he said, I'm Sam Cassell, 2 S's.
From doing the on-the-bench game, he's a phenomenal communicator as well.
Edwards misses the three. Rebound goes to Oubre. He lost it, trying to save it. And the full.
Making it miserable for him as best he can.
And that's exactly what Nick Nurse has mentioned. As Shireman steps at the same time, you got to kind of tie up your shoes again and get right back to it and have a short memory, as he said.
But the responsibility to both Oubre and Paul George of defensively having to check those guys. They are two of the big wings for Philly. He is hyped about that. Finally, Embiid gets one to go down.
9 points, 3 boards, 3 assists already for the process. As Brown goes up.
Fast, able to attack and get to that rim.
7 now for Jaylen Brown. Edge comes back on the floor, looking to get his offense working. Had that incredible game, too. As Embiid can't hit in the mid.
Philly will take that every time down.
Working on Edwards. Looking to back him down. Fend off. Brown. Kick out. Pritchard. No.
By Jaylen Brown.
Garza on the pump. Looking to play through Pritchard on this possession. He'll drive. Had it rejected.
He's trying to catch his breath. That's a heck of a play. Embiid never squared the basketball. Edwards couldn't get back up underneath. And instead of it being 2 points, Kelly Oubre just erases that shot.
Celtics bench did implore Joe Mazzulla in any quarter in his playoff career, which has been an illustrious playoff career that's included 126 games, including tonight. Actually coming into tonight. Tonight's 127. Oubre snakes his way through for Tatum. A challenge, that is a no-brainer block. Queta sends it back. Brown in the open court, banks it home.
Kelly Oubre can get himself going. Had some opportunities in Game 5 at the rim. Now the active hands here defensively.
X-Cup scoops it up. Brown's the numbers the other way.
Oh, man.
No take.
On point. Hopefully your big can avoid that back screen. The guards can just switch it out, but it's easier said than done because it's happening so quickly in such a short space.
Queta floater, doesn't go off. Ball handler's going to say, muy bien, gracias.
He might.
You're welcome, Brett. That was for you.
I appreciate it.
Float.
Drummond, though, just screening it off. That Gortat screen, Maxey doing the rest. Snaking that thing and getting to his right hand.
Deep ball.
In Game 5.
Embiid and Maxey have 19. Brown and Tatum have 18. We are all even at 32. Oubre, bottom.
Cast out by Oubre.
Queta trying to get it to Brown. Jaylen Brown, 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting, attacking on Maxey. And foul's going to be called. Kelly Oubre demonstratively showcasing the off arm. Nick Nurse is saying Max
Legal position. But Jaylen is so smart drawing that contact and getting to the line. And blind in that game. And the troubles continue here.
And he finally does. The Celtics so far in this series have shot at 75% at the free throw line, but during the regular season they just did not get to the line a ton because of their play style, mainly on the perimeter. Tough one for George.
Rise and fire.
Tight defense for Maxey. Oubre steps up again on Brown. Screen from White. Brown will try. Brown hit.
Matching Paul George's contested three right there. Tough shot, Jaylen Brown getting it done.
I love just flipping that ball screen late. So hard to handle defensively. Some shots starting to finally go down here in the second quarter. The offense is picking it up. Finally.
And a foul's going to be called on Oubre on the outside.
Decisive and fired that three, and then on the other end, Jaylen Brown got his rhythm, able to connect from downtown.
Brown, Queta.
Paul George saves the day by being in the right spot.
Maxey looking to dance on Tatum. Drummond goes to set the screen. Maxey in attack mode. Right at Queta. He could spin it in, but
Can knock down that three. So as a big in Queta, you have to get out on him.
so Maxey to the free throw line, his third, make it his first attempts of the night. Houston at 9:30 Eastern. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. But he's found points manufacturing at all three levels. Brown against Oubre. Rip through, fend off, offensive foul. And it's number 3 on Jaylen Brown. Offensive foul of the series. He had the second most offensive fouls in the NBA during the regular season. behind Towns as we check in with that.
Guys, Nick Nurse just was talking about Kelly Oubre and how there's not a second that he's not guarding two of the best players.
Philly fouls from Kate. He said, I know he's got 4, and I expect him to have at least 4, but the extra ones are what really throw us off our rhythm. As Maxey follows his miss, fades, can't fill it up, rebounded Drummond, physical on Vucevic.
When he's on the floor, your best offense can be just get it up there on the rim.
Largest lead now for Philly. Another fend off this time. It's Tatum, who's 15 years. He went 18 of 140 from 3, which is 12.9%. This year, 32 of 90, which is about 36%.
The offensive glass where he can really impact the game.
Tatum per first half for Jason Tatum.
It's amazing. He's averaging a double-double since being back. He has been a defensive rebounding machine.
Maxey cross. Outside George, attack on Tatum, finds the space, thought he was fouled, and the whistle does.
He's caught it. He's caught the ball, made a quick move in that particular case, or caught and shot it on the offensive end.
Both teams in the bonus for the final 3:55 of this first half. George Peacock. Well, Grant, you've got a somewhat pinkish shirt today. Is that in the spirit of the
That's
Derby?
red. You know,
It's salmon. Like a salmon to really look to take over. Jaylen Brown sitting on the bench with those fouls.
And beat with a hard head there, Grant. We've seen almost exclusively drop coverage from him.
The double cross. Tatum, the patience.
Great